I'm Alicia Diaz, and I am co-director of Agua Dulce Dance Theater with movement artist Matthew Thornton. I started choreographing in the late 1990s. I was living in New York City and had been working as a dancer with professional companies for several years. I was coming out of working with Complexion's contemporary ballet at that time. And I had been very encouraged in that company to establish my own individual voice as a dancer in the company. So I think that encouraged me to want to know more about what my creative voice was, and I began to choreograph my own work. I started to work with another Puerto Rican dance artist, Esther Ñequi Gonzalez. We put a company together in La Brega Dance Theater and performed for several years together, created work that dealt with issues of gender and identity, politics, and performed in very different venues in New York City, at Princeton University in Puerto Rico. It was very exciting years. I do perform quite a bit, and I would say that for me the roles of the choreographer, director, performer are really merged. My work is rooted in improvisation as performance. So as an improviser, I am composing as I'm dancing, right? I compose while I perform and working with guidelines and scores that I have established ahead of time, but the work is being created in real time. And when I work with other dancers, I also work improvisationally. So in that case, it's about building a dialogue with everyone that is involved, of looking and exploring everybody's ideas, and perhaps then guiding that process. But it's a very collaborative process. That's how I like to work. The work that I'm most proud of, I think, at this particular time is the last work that I just created and performed, a collaboration with Puerto Rican percussionist Hector Coco Bares. It is called Deep Listening. Hector and I established an improvisation practice for almost a year, and in that time created a piece that is looking at cultural identity through improvisation practice and improvisation as performance. And it's a piece in which I am dealing with very specific references to cultural forms, and in particular to rhythms of traditional Puerto Rican music, specifically bomba. And at the same time, I created a very abstract and contemporary work. And that's a new direction for me, and I'm really excited. An artist that I admire is Faustin Liñecula. He's a Congolese artist, and I'm really interested in how he deals with the body as a site of knowledge. And he is looking at personal and collective memory and history of violence against the body in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and how a dancer, particularly through the creative process, can access knowledge that is stored in the body and that is not accessible through words or through books, and how that process can then produce new perspectives of how to be in the world. And that kind of investigation is really exciting for me. I'm also interested in his integration of African traditional dance forms and contemporary dance, his use of improvisation, all elements that I'm looking in my own work. To new choreographers out there, I would say spend a lot of time improvising, looking for how your body wants to move. What do you want to say through the art form that you are involved in? We have we have with us so much knowledge, right, of the past, of the techniques that we have learned, of the forms that we have been engaged in. And so taking time to see how we process that in our own unique way, I think is really important. And in times when I think the arts are so important right now, that we have an opportunity to investigate and to think about our times and what's happening around us in a time of really challenging, a really challenging future. And I think that as artists, we have the opportunity to step on the outside and bring new perspectives to the conversation. Thank you, Marsha.